welcome everyone in today's videos. What is algebraic fractions? So we are starting the new chapter, and before we will be talking about algebraic fractions, we need to revise fractions. Okay, so a few things to remember. Let's start with writing a few examples of the fractions. So let's say 1 over 2, 3 over 4, 15 over 55, 100 over 250. Okay, so all of these examples are fractions, and as you can see, we have top number, a line, and the bottom number. Okay, and the line between the numbers means division. Okay, so it's actually 1 divided by 2, and it's half. It's 1 second or 1 over 2. Okay, and the top number is called numerator and the bottom number is called denominator. Okay, so there are two keywords to remember. Okay, so what's the difference between fractions and algebraic fractions? So what is algebra? Algebra is about numbers and letters. Okay, so let's say we have x over 2, and this is an example of an algebraic fraction. Okay, we can have p plus 2 over 4, or we can have 2 over y, or we can have 4 over z plus 1. Okay, so all of these, when we have numbers and letters, there are algebraic fractions. We will be adding and subtracting algebraic fractions, but first of all we need to revise how to add and subtract just the fractions. So let's start with example number 1. We have 2 over 4 plus 1 over 2 over 3 plus 1 over 4, and we have different denominators here. What to do? Okay, it's really simple when we have the same numbers on the bottom, but if we have different numbers on the bottom, like here 3 and 4, we cannot add it up. We need to find a way to get the same numbers on the bottom. Okay, so we need to just find the lowest common multiple. Okay, lowest common multiple. Okay, so the lowest common multiple for 3 and 4. So let's find few multiples of 3 and 4. So we have 6, 9, 12, 15, and so on. Let's try number 4. So we have 8, 12, 16, and so on. Okay, grant we have 12. Okay, so 12 is the lowest common multiple. The other way is to multiply the bottom number, so 3 multiplied by 4. Sometimes you won't get the lowest common multiple. Okay, so then you need to break it down again. So the same denominator for 3 and 4 is 12. Okay, so we need to write down the bottom numbers plus as it is in here. Okay, so you need to follow it all the time. And 12. Okay, so the first step is done. We have the new denominator, what is 12, and now we need to look at these fractions. Okay, so we had 3, now we have 12. What did you do to 3 to get 12? Okay, so you had to multiply 3 by 4 to get 12, and we need to get the same fraction here, so you need to do the same to the top number. So 3 multiplied by 4 is 12, and 2 multiplied by 4 is 8. Okay? Or different way, 12 divided by 3 is 4, and 4 multiplied by 2 is 8. And the same in here, you had 4, now you have 12. So 4 multiplied by 3 is 12, and you need to do the same to the top number. So 1 multiplied by 3 is 3. Okay, and now if you have the same denominator, so you can just simply add the top numbers, and the denominator stays as it is. Okay, you don't add the bottom numbers, you just need to add the top numbers. So 8 plus 3 is 11. Okay, and this is the answer. And the same with the second question in here, okay? Subtraction. So we need to find the lowest common multiple for 2 and 8. So let's find few multiples of 2. You have 4, 6, 8, 10. For 8, 8, 16, and so on. You have 8. Okay, so 8 is the lowest common multiple. If you multiply 2 by 8, you have 16, okay, and this is not the lowest one. Right, so we can now write down our new denominator, what is 8 and 8, okay, and now we had 2, now we had 8. So 2 multiplied by what gives you 8? So 2 multiplied by 4 gives you 8. And you need to do the same thing for the top number. So 1 multiplied by 4 is 8, is 4. Okay? And then the second one, look at the second one. It's 8, nothing changed. So you can simply write down 3, nothing changed, okay? Or different way, you can try 8 divided by 2 is 4, and 4 multiplied by 1 is 4. And now 4 minus 3, 1 over 8. So you need to remember the bottom number, the denominator, don't change, okay? You write it as it is. You don't take it away, you don't add it. If you take it away, and here you would get 0, and you cannot divide by 0, okay? So this is the answer. Okay, so now we have example number 2, and we have simple algebraic fractions. And what do we need to do? If x equals 2 and y equals 4, we need to find the value of these expressions, okay? So instead of x and y, we need to put these numbers, okay? So let's start. Equals, we have 1 over x, and instead of x we can write down 2 plus 2 over y, and we know that y is 4. Okay, and now simply we need to just solve it. We don't have the same denominator, so we need to find the lowest common multiple, and the lowest common multiple for 2 and 4 is just 4, so we can write it down. So we had 2, now we have 4. So 2 multiplied by 2 is 4, and we need to multiply 1 by 2. What is 2? The second fraction, 2 over 4, doesn't change at all. So now we have 2 over 4 plus 2 over 4. Remember, denominator doesn't change, and we can just add 2 and to the top numbers, okay? So 2 plus 2 is 4. And 4 over 4, what is it? As we said before, this line means dividing, so 4 divided by 4 is 1. Okay, and second question, subtraction, okay? So we have x over 2 minus y over 2. So this time we have letters on the top. So instead of x, we can write down 2 over 2 minus y is 4 over 8. Okay, and the same, simply we need to find the answer. Okay, so 2 over 2, we know that 2 over 2 is 1, so 2 divided by 2 is 1, so we can write it down as 1, minus, and 4 over 8. And 4 over 8, we can simplify it, and it's 1 over 2. So we can divide it. 4 divided by 4 is 1, and 8 divided by 4 is 2. So 1 minus 1 over 2, and it's 1 over 2. Okay? Take it down and do your copy, please. Okay, so summarizing, and our learning check for tomorrow is try to solve this simple fractions and algebraic fractions, okay? So first of all, you need to find out what's 2 over 5 plus 1 over 6 and 5 over 7 minus 1 over 2. And the same in here, you know the value of A, the value of B. So put them in here, instead of letters use numbers, and try to give me the answers, okay? So see you tomorrow.